Why consistency beats talent. Most people erroneously think that because they have started, they are going to become successful. But we have seen that with the New Year's resolution. Most people have goals. Most people show up. They start working on their dreams. They go to gym. They want to have a great body. But by the end of the year, most people give up. They just give up on their goals. They just give up on their dreams because they lack consistency. And so, if you truly want to become successful, if you truly want to build a life of meaning and legacy, then a strength must be perfected within you. Then there must be an understanding of how to build consistency. Because people who win in life are not the most talented. The people who win in life are those who are consistent, are those who keep showing up regardless of how they feel. The race to the South Pole in 1911, I believe, is a blueprint for how success works. Robert Scott from United Kingdom had the resources and he was prepared, but Roald Amundsen from Norway, he just had one principle: walk 20 miles every single day, regardless of how he felt. And I believe, man, that's what separates average people from the extraordinary people. That's what separates ordinary people from the extraordinary people. The idea to show up every single day, no matter how you feel. I said it again. The difference between an ordinary person and an extraordinary person is the extra that the ordinary person go. So that extra mile demands consistency. You cannot show up when you don't feel like it. Showing up when you don't feel like it simply means you are consistent. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to quickly share with us in this talk on how to build consistency. Number one, understand that consistency is greater than motivation. If you rely on motivation, then you have already lost. Motivation is weak because motivation comes from action. And if you are taking action every single day, it means that you are consistent. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates progress. And progress creates the motivation that you need. So if you rely on motivation, then you have already lost. Motivation is a great spark, but it's a terrible engine. You can't rely on motivation to build a meaningful and successful life. So show up regardless of how you feel. Today is my 70th day posting these daily videos. I've never missed a single day. I made a commitment. I want to deliver these talks for 200 days straight. And today is one of those days when I didn't feel like it. That's why I was inspired to speak on this message of consistency. Because truly, if you want to build a meaningful life and a successful life, then a strength must be perfected within you um, that empowers you to recover more easily than others, or empowers you to build more easily than others. So if you only show up when you feel like it, ladies and gentlemen, then you have already lost. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the necessary instrument to build a meaningful life and a successful life. So you can't rely on motivation. You can't depend on motivation to build a meaningful and successful life. And the second key on how to build consistency is to master ordinary days. Like I said, the story of Robert Scott, the race to the South Pole in 1911. Robert Scott had the resources, and Rod Amundsen had a principle: to walk 20 miles every single day, no matter how he felt. And the story is told that when in those rainy days, when there was a storm, Robert Scott would stay in his tent. And most of us are sitting in our tents. We look outside and we're like, oh, today I'm not feeling like it. Today I don't feel like going to work. Or today I don't feel like showing up at my goals or at my business because I'm not feeling like it. You might be in my place. Maybe you're a motivational speaker. You are running a business or you're trying to put your name out there. Or you are reading. Maybe you want to master your craft. The key, ladies and gentlemen, is to continuously show up to master those ordinary days, especially the days when you don't feel like it. So Robert Scott in 1911, he would stay in his tent when the weather was not good. But Roald Amundsen, he kept walking even when he didn't feel like it. He kept walking 20 miles every single day, 20 miles every single day, regardless of how he felt. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you master consistency. That's how you build consistency. And it's important to understand that consistency turns small steps into momentum. Great, great stories in life, they are not about people. Great stories in life have never been about people. Great stories in life are always about action. They are about what people do and what happens when they do those things. But it demands consistency. Action demands consistency. Ideas demands consistency. Showing up regardless of how you feel. I mean, if you can master that, if you can continuously show up regardless of how you feel and regardless of the results that you are getting, man, there are chances that your name will be imprinted in those glorious credits called history. Because great stories in life have never been about people. Great stories in life, they are about actions. They are about what people do and what happens when they do those things. So keep showing up, keep building your life, master those ordinary days. Consistency turns small steps into momentum. And what you need to build a successful life is momentum. You can't depend on motivation. Motivation is a great spark, but it's a terrible engine. And as I've often said, motivation itself is birthed out of action. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates progress. And progress creates motivation. So if you depend on motivation, then you have already lost. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to build a successful life, if you want to build a meaningful life, then strength must be perfected within you and master those ordinary days. Show up even when you don't feel like it. In my introduction, I shared the story of Robert Scott and Roald Amundsen. Robert Scott was from Great Britain, and they all had one idea. They participated in the race to the South Pole. Now, Robert Scott had the resources. He prepared for the race. On the other hand, Roald Amundsen from Norway, he just had one principle: to walk 20 miles every single day. Walk 20 miles every single day, regardless of how he felt. And it is said that when there were stormy days or the weather was bad, Robert Scott would sleep in his tent. But Amundsen kept showing up regardless of how he felt. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you build consistency, by mastering those ordinary days. Again, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share this message with your friends and family. especially those who can benefit from the ideas that are being communicated in this video. So the idea, you have to make non-negotiables. What are the actions that you are going to take regardless of how you feel? From today, I want you to write down ideas that you want to work on. What is it that you want to achieve by the end of this year? We are in the second half of the year. What is it that you want to achieve? And make a non-negotiable commitment. Take action regardless of how you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you change your life, and that's how you transform. Um, you even change the world. You add value to yourself and to the world around you. So stop waiting for the perfect time. The weather won't always be good. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The weather won't always be good. So keep showing up regardless of how you feel. Again, if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share this message with your friends and family, especially those who can benefit from the ideas that have been communicated in this video. My name is Namon Abe Andrea, author of The Detour and Foresight Mindset Shaping Your Future, leadership and life coach, and also a motivational speaker. If you know anyone who can benefit from my services as a speaker, please share my link with them or DM me, and let's keep in touch. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, same time, same place. Remain ever blessed. Thank you, guys.